Hi everyone, I'm so sorry for the delay. I have been reading comments just in between everything. I don't know, for whatever reason, whenever I decide I'm gonna start doing readings and get back into the swing of things, something always happens, like spiritually, like I get really sick, and I also had a death in the family, so I apologize for the delay of getting to all you guys, but I am reading your comments and I appreciate the feedback and any comments. And I'm so thankful that most of you guys are not, ooh, this is interesting that it's popping out. I have something from that. Okay, I just want to get through this part just to explain to you and apologize. But yes, I have to find the balance between doing this and like getting like spiritually attacked. I haven't found that balance yet. So if there's anything you guys recommend, that would be great. Because I seem, after I do like a lot of readings or like a few, I get like super sick. And I actually don't know. I'm going to see if I can move this a bit higher here. I actually don't know, you know, if I, let's bring these cards. I can't really see them there. But anyways, I'm not sure which cards I'm going to use. I'm going to use these for sure. But yes, I just wanted to say, yeah, every time I try and get into like a rhythm of things, it gets a little tricky, and I don't know why. I just, you know, and it's only when I do it publicly. I do personal readings, and I'm usually fine with that. It's usually online, so I guess it's like more people, more eyeballs on, and more intention of people when they watch. So I'm gonna, you know, I'm trying to find the balance of that as well. But I wanted to quickly go back into this Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, Ryan Reynolds, Wayfarer, the PR firm and everything. Because it's ongoing. And I got like a huge download today. So just for those of you who are not like familiar with me for that long, I get downloads with the cards and with the shells. So I don't necessarily always read by the cards. I read with the download of what the card gives me as well. So just keep that in mind. I just want to see if I can get like more of a view for you guys. That's a better view. I don't know if that helped at all, but we shall see. Okay, so let's get right into it. Can you tell me currently, what is the general reading? Let's just do a general reading of the whole situation let's just do between the three, like let's do Heath as well. So Justin, Heath, his partner, Blake, and Ryan. I'm sorry, let me know if this is wobbly, guys, because I'm trying to set it up that it's not wobbly. Okay, so let's do the general reading. What is the energy right now with all of them? And we'll go from there. Let me do it so you guys can see. Get the shells. Okay. So this is not going to end soon, guys. There's more stuff that's going to be coming out. This is Control. A Six of Swords. Movement. Yeah, that's like internet stuff as well. 7, Vision. Okay. I can tell you right off the bat, Ryan Reynolds loves this. He is so happy with the fact that he gets to like use his mind, and like he is up for the challenge like of like winning this. Like he wants to be like, it's like a job for him almost. I don't really know how to say it. It's like a role for him. Like he really. So Page of Pentacles is prospect. So they're looking for, so they're both sides are looking for different angles and different things on each other, which is normal. 5 of Swords is kind of like a self-sabotage, but also like internal fighting and conflict. So for sure, within themselves, I feel like this is more Blake and Ryan, to be honest, of like what they should say, what they should do, what they shouldn't do. The Six of Wands is celebration, but also ego. So I feel like it's a huge ego thing. It's a huge ego thing. More things is going to come out. I still feel like this is more about Ryan and Blake, and there's going to be more people that are impacted by it. We already know about Hugh Jackman and Taylor Swift, but there's more people coming out that are going to be the sneaky, like this is Seven of Swords, this is like sneaky, this is deceit, so they're trying to hide stuff. I'm mostly, to be honest with you, this energy is mostly Ryan and Blake. This here is Justin. Like he's trying to like just follow the law and get things done by the law. Like he really doesn't like that this is happening. This is a new territory for him, defending himself. He's not used to this. He's used to like feeling like everything is okay and everybody's happy and good and try to find the best in people, which is great. But this is like a phase of his life within the soul aspect of it, of learning to defend yourself when the time is right and when it's appropriate. Not going crazy and being childish, but trying to defend yourself, right? Control, obviously, again, that's Blake and Ryan. They want control of the situation. They want to be the ones in charge. They're not going to settle very easily. They do not want to make an apology. Six of Swords, they are doing a lot of things on the internet. They are trying to make things. I know that there was a PR CIA guy that was hired by them. And then I get this for Justin. Like, he's waiting the long game. I feel like he's got a really good lawyer. As it feels here, like he's got a really good lawyer, and they're looking at the bigger picture, and they're gonna come back against Ryan with this whole him trying to be dropped from the lawsuit. Like all these things that he's put into there was very emotionally charged, very ego, and they're just following like the law. Like there's apparently, like from what I can gather and feel, there is so much that they can say about Ryan and Blake. They have so much actually that they can say right now, but they're literally doing the long game, and they're keeping some stuff that, like the internet stuff is gonna internet, right? So the internet is doing their thing, but there's actually other really crazy stuff that they know that they're playing the long game with, and they will only use if they have to. So we may not get it, but we may. That's what I'm picking generally of this, okay? But Ryan is loving this. Blake is anxious, and she really doesn't believe that she's wrong, but she is having people tell her, like, what are you doing? Like, you should settle, you should do this. And she is getting, like, people in her ear, so she's kind of starting to see it differently, but not really, if that makes sense. So let's do the Saturday Night Live thing. Let's get the energy feel for the Saturday Night Live. Like, what was that about? Like, sorry guys, I feel like this is really bumpy. I hope it comes out okay. What was the Saturday Night Live thing? Like, what was the intention behind that? Why did Ryan and did Blake know? Some people are saying she did know, of course, because they have to know everything there, and some people are saying she didn't know because of her reaction. And let's see. Let's get a general vibe check of what was the Saturday Night Live thing from Ryan and Blake's perspective. Why did they do that? Oh, wanted to go upside down, so let's do it upside down. Ace of Cups. Oh, so Ryan wanted it to do. It wasn't offered to them, the opportunity. They asked for this to be done. They planned it, yeah. Okay. They wanted to test and see how people were coming across from it. They wanted to see if people sort of, it was feeling it out. It's so weird. Ryan's energy is so bizarre. Like, Ryan wanted to also see, like, who's not on their side. Like, he also wanted to see, like, Ryan is this paranoid guy right now, and he wanted to see who was on his side, it was a strategic thing in his mind, but it was actually a self-sabotage. But Ryan, I think I got this in the last reading, he just wants revenge. Like, he's really, like, it's interesting that he said thin-skinned in this lawsuit. That's one of the things I saw. He is very thin-skinned, and he cannot take criticism. Yeah, he's, like, this is a trauma for them, and they're trying to, like, heal the trauma from them and go back by comedy and getting back into the good books, but they're also strategically trying to, like, plant themselves where and when necessary, but that kind of makes sense. I think Blake is emotional. I think things are probably not good at home with the kids. Let me just see what's the rest. Yeah, they wanna just move on from it and change the subject a little bit. Like they kind of want this to be behind the scenes. Like they kind of don't want it to be in public anymore, only when they win or only when there's something against them. This is why Ryan actually did, okay. So this is what they're telling me. So Ryan did it, this to drop him from the lawsuit. It wasn't even more about the lawsuit, because it's unlikely that he's gonna be dropped, is what I'm getting. I mean, he could be, there's some sort of technicality that's going on that they're saying that he could be dropped, but it's unlikely. But Ryan basically put all this out for emotion, and he's saying it's a burn book, but it's his burn book, what he's doing now. So he's telling people to go look at his other, like his YouTube and his TED Talks, whatever. And so everything he's saying, it's like a projection on what he's done. It's so weird. He's got such a weird energy, and he wants to move, like show people that he's moving on from it, but he's really not. And he wants to show like his wife as this beautiful mother, and I'm standing by my wife, I'm standing by my woman. Like she's more of a possession for him. He wants to control her than there's like love. There's like a control element here. I think I got that in the last one, but this is quite heavy right now, so it's even more so. So I kind of feel a little bit bad for it from the energy that I'm feeling. But yeah, so he asked for the spot. They planned it. He wanted to check how the feeling would be, if people are on his side or not on his side. He wanted to make a show like he's moving forward and that they're okay. And he's trying to be ambiguous because of the lawsuit, because the lawsuit is saying, oh, we're we can't even get out of bed, and we're detrimental, and everything is so bad, right? This is what they're saying. But he's also trying to like move forward and change the subject. So it's like he's got like the split in him of two different energy. Actually, I'm getting three different energies in him of what he's doing. So he's kind of self-sabotaging himself, because he's kind of going back and forth, but he's loving this. Like he's absolutely loving this, because it's like, not in the sense of like, yes, I get to go and do the public with all this kind of thing. He's loving it in the sense of like, now I can really be badass. Now I can be who I really am, and I can come at you with all the swords, all the daggers, and I can really annihilate somebody. Like like this vindictiveness, like he's happy about, like he's looking for every little thing he can find. But the problem is, because he's so emotional, he's losing the battle, which I don't think he actually understands. I want to actually check if that's a lot of cards. I want to actually check if this card came out, so let's keep that over there. This card just popped out, so I'm gonna keep it. I want to actually see if did Blake know. Like, did Blake know he was gonna do that? I feel like she did know, but she didn't know. That's weird. I don't know what that means. Like, she knew about the planning, like something was gonna, like Ryan was gonna do something. Let me just see. Did Blake know about the Saturday Night Live skit? Did Blake know? Okay. Yeah, exactly. She did, but she didn't. So Ryan told her half a truth so that she wouldn't resist, and so that she would still go through with it and show up. So I think she knew something was going to be said, but I don't think she knew what was going to be said. And then what's this card? Oh, balance, yeah. So, so he kind of played her. He was like, yeah, we're going to do something. I need you to be there. Just act cool with it. Just go with it. And she's like, okay. And he's like, yeah, why would it be her? Like, she didn't know he was going to bring up the situation. He thought it was just going to be a skit. He didn't tell her what it was going to be about. He told her it was going to happen. They knew it was going to happen. He changed the line. Something about he changed the line. because he was all in his emotions and he didn't want her to get too upset, so he hid it from her so she wouldn't resist, so she would still come with him. And he wasn't sure how it was going to be received by her or everybody else, and she quickly, like, how did she feel after? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, she was not happy. She was not happy about this. She was very upset that he didn't tell her what was happening, and it changed her perspective on a lot of things. That's why I say she's got kind of got people kind of talking in her ear right now. It kind of changed her mindset of what was happening. So let's look at their marriage. Yeah, let's go into their marriage. There's something, there is a little bit of a change in her, of her perspective, but not on this case, because she still wants to win this case. It's the change is on how she's seeing her husband, I think. There's some big, but it's not just about the SNL. There's something else that happened that she was made aware of that changed her whole world. But something to do with the SNL kind of put the nail in the coffin or something like that. Let's look at their marriage. Let's have a look at the energy between Blake and Ryan. How is their marriage? The energy between... Oops. The energy between Blake and Ryan currently. What is the energy between Blake and Ryan currently? Ryan is so focused on revenge, he's lost sight of everything else. He's blinded by this. They're trying to invent things to make Jocelyn look bad. The Fool change. No, they're stuck in the cycle. They can't move on from this. Like Ryan cannot let this go, and it's in their household. Like there's a cross, so there's gonna be like so if they're not living apart, they're gonna be living apart. Yeah, this is like been detrimental, but it's not just this. Something else has happened. This has kind of triggered like a reaction. It's like if you have an accident. I don't want to talk about an accident, but like if you have an accident on the road and you have a fender bender and somebody bumps your car, but then somebody else behind you. It's kind of, this is what I'm seeing in my mind's eye with this relationship. It's like something happened that a fender bender, they could fix it, but then something else backed, and then something else, and then it goes further down the highway and it stops. It's like a whole traffic jam. Like that's kind of how I'm seeing their marriage. Oh yeah, see, I've got the same cards. Karma, like they're karma for each other. There's some sort of like sneakiness going on behind the scenes from both of them, and they're both looking at new opportunities. It's almost like they have to get through this Baldoni thing first to start that. How does, sorry, I had a hiccup. I want to know how does, okay, let me look at them separately. So together, this is all that's in the focus of the house. Like it's strategy. Every time they post something, every time they talk to someone, every time they do something, it's like a strategy for this case, okay? So like there's no love at the moment, like at all. If there ever was before, I don't know, but they are so focused on this that there's no like love in the marriage. But I want to see like the energy, like what is Ryan's feeling toward Blake and what is Blake feeling towards Ryan right now, okay? So let's, Ryan's energy towards Blake. Invention. He wants to reinvent her. It's like a project for him. She's like a project. She's not a wife, she's a project. What is Blake's feeling towards? Relationship, she's deciding if this is still the right thing for her. Ryan towards Blake. He really wants to hold on to her for something. I can't quite see what it is yet. Let me go further. Blake towards him. Stillness. She's slowly starting to see him in a different perspective, in a different way. It's like what I'm getting for him, it's like she's a business deal. Like I guess most Hollywoods are like that. What does Ryan think for Blake? He's looking at different options of how he can use the situation, use her, put her into things. It's like she is like a marketing tool or something for him. It's so weird. Blake towards Ryan. She's loyal to him. She has a lot of his secrets. She has a lot of his things, and he's very good at manipulating her. I think I got that last time as well. Ryan to Blake. Yeah, he wants to keep the marriage with her, but not for love. Like, he wants to keep it for the business deal and for the marketing. Blake towards Ryan. She is starting to see things differently and move in different ways. So he doesn't like that as well, that she's starting to move a little bit differently than what he's used to controlling. Ryan to Blake. Decision. Yeah, they're not lovers. They're not lovers. That's what I was gonna say here by strength, but I didn't want to like say something. There's something about sexuality. I don't want to go too deep into that, but they're not lovers. It's a business deal. Okay, Blake to Ryan. Like, he's her guidance. He's telling her when to do something, when not to do something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I want to do 3 more cards each. He's like her he is her spiritual advisor, her financial advisor, her wardrobe, her how to deal with the kids, he is totally in control of everything she does. But she doesn't even know it. Like, yeah, he's the controller. He is the one. I say what goes. I say what's gonna happen, what's not gonna happen. Blake to Ryan. Yeah, it's stable for her. She feels stable. She's got a good position in Hollywood. She's kind of happy with how to go. Now and again, there's a couple of conflicts of interest, or a couple of fights, or a couple of things that they don't agree on. But for the most part, she's happy. Ryan to Blake. Yeah, he trusts her. They've got some sort of agreement. They probably got a contract together. Yeah, see, but there's a few things that Blake is starting to see that she doesn't like about her husband. And she has things that she could bring revenge on, but he also has things on her. So, but he's trusting her. He's trusted her with a lot of information about himself that's personal. Okay, last one. Ryan is not going to change. Ryan doesn't want to start fresh. He doesn't want to start this all over again of like, you know, it's like when you're in a company for a really long time and you worked your way up as like partner or manager or executive, whatever it may be, and then all of a sudden, you know, like let's say like you get fired or you leave the job and you have to start bullying yourself all the way up. It's like he has to start the story all over again with somebody else. He does not want to do that. Last one for Blake. Yeah, it's absolute chaos in Blake's mind right now. Blake is so overwhelmingly confused. And I think like she's trying to tell him no, because he was so good at like when she had an idea, he would back it but put his tailspin on it. So she would think it's her idea, but it's actually his. She's starting to realize now that like it's not always her idea. It's coming from him. That's why she's so conflicted with the stuff she says on the red carpet, and it's so erratic and so different. Like she'll say, oh, and our successes are together, and then she's like, oh, my husband actually wrote that. Then she'll say, I really want to write that, and people don't give me credit for it. Like I think he's done a number on her in her mind that she actually like really believes the things she's saying at the time. Like, you know, and that's how Ryan's like got her. Like Ryan's really, I don't want to say anything. Allegedly, this is all allegedly, and this is all for entertainment purposes. Please, Ryan, do not have a thin skin with me. Do not see me. I don't have anything. So please. Let's look at Taylor and Blake. Let's have a look at Taylor and Blake. Let's look at the energy between Taylor and Blake. Let's look at the energy between Taylor and Blake. Taylor and Blake. So, Taylor, yeah, she just wants to like invent herself out of this. She wants to get herself out of this as much as possible. Blake. Yeah, Blake still thinks that they're strong and that they have a great relationship. I feel like Taylor's kind of like saying less is more, but she's not really saying anything bad, but she's not really saying anything supportive either. Taylor to Blake. Yeah, she's deciding on this relationship if it's worth keeping or if it's worth cutting off, because Taylor can be quite hardcore as well. Blake to Taylor. Yeah, she still thinks that everything's fine between them. Taylor to Blake. Blake to Taylor. Yeah, they haven't spoken in a while. And Taylor's okay with that, but Taylor's also kind of... There's also some things that they know about each other, so it's really hard for them. Like, these people are all crazy, so, like, allegedly for entertainment purposes. It's almost like they know certain things about each other, certain things about things that they might practice in, if you get me. And, like, Taylor needs to keep Blake sort of that, like, happy because Blake has a bit of a mouth on her. It's almost like I see Taylor and Ryan kind of using Blake as, like, a mouthpiece. I don't know how else to explain that. It's almost like she's like their puppet, but unknowingly, but also like she's got her own narcissism as well. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but like it's almost like Taylor and Ryan use Blake for what they need at whatever times. And they haven't spoken in a while, but Taylor is still trying to keep the peace with her because of things that they know about each other. Taylor to Blake. Blake to Taylor. Ooh. So Taylor's not happy that she's been brought in this lawsuit. I think I got that last time as well. But she also will drop or cut Blake off in a heartbeat. Like if it means saving herself. And Blake, I think, unintentionally is going to get more people into trouble and Blake into and Taylor into more trouble. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Taylor to Blake. Blake to Taylor. Yes, yeah, so my thing is that Taylor's kind of showing support from a distance because of things that Blake knows about her. Like contracts and things like that. And Blake kind of knows that she's got to keep her balance as well, but Blake sort of also doesn't get it, but she does. Like she kind of gets it. Like I've got to keep my peace. I got to make sure that everybody's okay with me, and I got to make sure that my dragons are still fine with me. And Blake is like, yeah, we're okay, but I think for publicity we need to keep our distance. But meanwhile, Taylor's kind of like, I don't need this hoe in my life anymore. Sorry, I don't mean it like, it's a phrase, right? So she's like saying it like that, right? Okay, Taylor to Blake. Blake to Taylor. Yeah, she can't wait for this to be over and for them to all get back together. Taylor kind of feels sorry for her in a way because she knows that, like, this is not good for her and she's not going to stand by her with it. She's just not. So she's kind of, like, feeling sorry for her in a way, but she's also not going to put herself in the firing line. Okay. So, yeah, Taylor's ready to walk away. Blake wants to start fresh once this is over. Taylor wants a new, fresh start without her. Taylor's going to look for other opportunities and other people to use her business product of. Blake is going to feel this and understand this eventually, and she's going to want revenge on Taylor, and so they're going to have to try to keep her peace for her not to say anything. This is, like, bigger than we know, guys. There's so much going on in the background, and Blake is trying to defend herself, but she's not strong enough, like, mentally to understand what's actually happened to her between Taylor and Ryan, that she's gonna start, like, once she like, it's coming in the future, once she realizes, like she's been used, or that they're gonna dump her, or they're not gonna help her, and they're gonna pretend like, okay, no problem, we'll say this in the court case, and then they kind of change the wording in the court case, and she's gonna be like, what the hell? It's kind of stuff like that. They're gonna be like, yeah, no worries. I think for, like, Taylor's, like, this is what I'm getting from, like, the download is, like, Taylor is like, oh, you know what, for publicity reasons and for marketing reasons, like, it's better for us to, like, stay away from each other for a little bit, for you and for me. But meanwhile, Taylor's only thinking about herself, but she's making Blake believe it's best for her as well. Like, that's kind of what's happening. So she's kind of trying to slowly step away from that situation, little by little, as much as she can. Okay, I want to look at the relationship between Taylor and Ryan, because that's interesting to me, that dynamic. Because I also kind of get the feeling they don't really like each other, but at the same time, they're both like doing the same thing to Blake. And don't, like, I do kind of feel a little bit sorry for Blake in a way, but at the same time, I don't really, because she kind of was like this. She was just, because of her shelter going, like, background, it was easy for them to do this to her. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Okay, so let's do a quick one. I'm going to do, like, a short one on Taylor and Ryan. Taylor is feeling towards Ryan. Ryan feeling towards Taylor. Taylor to Ryan. Ryan to Taylor. Taylor to Ryan, Ryan to Taylor. Interesting. Yeah, they're hardcore with each other. Can you guys see that? So this is Taylor to Ryan, Ryan to Taylor. Like, he wants to manifest, like, he's done something in Taylor's life. Like, he's made a few things, and now he's linked with her, but he's kind of like made a business deal with her, and he's regretting it. She's gonna bring something to light if she needs to. She's gonna bring something out about Ryan if she needs to, about some sort of contract. I don't know what this means. There's some sort of contract that happened between them for marketing or business deals that's behind the scenes. There's so much going on behind the scenes, and she's gonna bring it to light if she needs to. She's basically telling Ryan in the background, you get me the F out of this, otherwise I'm gonna start putting out other stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's some stuff about Ryan that's coming out that Taylor's actually doing because of the way Ryan reacted with this whole thing when it went down. I don't know, there's something happened. I don't know, guys. Okay, Taylor to Ryan, Ryan to Taylor, Taylor to Ryan, Ryan to Taylor, Taylor to Ryan, Ryan to Taylor. Okay, yeah. So, Page of Swords, Five of Swords, Six of Cups. This is Taylor to Ryan. Like, she's like, you got me into this lawsuit. You better get me out or I'm coming for you. And I have some stuff on you from the past, so don't make me use it. He's like, I'm in control of the situation. Don't worry. There's things that people won't know. They won't get out of it. We just have to act like we're all celebrating together. And I'm getting the Three of Cups as well, because this is the second time I've got it in a reading from, I got this from, with Taylor and Blake, and I got this with now Ryan and Blake, and it was both on Blake's side and Ryan's side. So this is telling me there's also a third person. So I'm wondering if, like, Blake is a third person in some sort of situation. Like, is she... Let's just do a few more here. Blake to Ryan. Ryan, sorry, Taylor to Ryan, Ryan to Taylor, Taylor to Ryan. Cool. Oh, Ryan to Taylor, Taylor to Ryan, Ryan to Taylor. Oh, okay. Okay, you guys are gonna think I'm probably more crazy than before. She's like, I can plant little stories to defend myself and take everything off of me and focus off of me and put all the focus on you about your lovers. So his affairs and how the world will seem completely different. His world is, she could change his entire world. And you know, I know there's like the rumblings of that Ryan might be gay. I don't know. Anything is possible in Hollywood, but it's like a I'm getting that vibe here that there's some sort of thing here that Taylor is like, I have this on you. I'm gonna push back and defend myself, and I have that. So you better make sure that the spotlight is off of me and back on you guys. So maybe that's also why Ryan has done this lawsuit, is to cover himself from Taylor, to bring himself, like, it's almost like he's thrown himself on the grenade. But I think that's part of the reason, but I also think that Ryan is also really angry at Justin. Okay, let me do a reading on Hugh Jackman and Ryan. And I might not say a lot, guys. I'm just gonna see what comes out. Let me do a general reading on Hugh Jackman and Ryan. What is the energy between and the relationship like between Hugh Jackman and Ryan? Okay. Okay, I'm going to say the word rituals. Not for work purposes. Yeah, there's a definite deep trust because they're both into something of the same thing. And I won't necessarily say gay, but I'm going to say rituals. Do with that what you will. It's been happening for a while. It's not just these two, it's other men involved as well. It's for occult practices, rituals, yeah. And it's to increase their career goals. Yeah. So I wouldn't necessarily say that they're together, but they're part of something where they have done things together with multiple other people. Okay. Allegedly for entertainment purposes. Okay. Let's look at how is Justin Baldoni doing? Let's look at Justin. How is Justin Baldoni doing currently at this time? How is he feeling? How's his wife, Emily? Let's get a little general check-in. I think he's thinking about walking away from all of this because it's not worth it to him anymore. Like, usually when you see Eight of Cups, it can be negative. It's about, like, making the decision to walk away from something. I don't think it's necessarily about the court case. I think he's thinking in general of walking away from, like, this Hollywood lifestyle. But let's see. Let's pull a few more cards. Yeah, he's learned a lot. There's a lot of growth coming from him. There's a lot of other things that he's looked at now that he wouldn't have looked at if this hadn't happened. So he's kind of like looking at, like, I'm so grateful this happened because I see this, or I've met this person, or this has happened. He's looking at other things to do, like creatively, maybe still in Hollywood, but not necessarily making movies. Like, there's other things he's looking at doing because I think he knows that he's going to have to change and walk away from what he's usually done in Hollywood because he's going to probably still have a few doors closed in his face. So he's looking at other things to do for financial and like religious reasons and spiritual reasons. Yeah, he's like educating himself on a few other things that he wants to do. He wants to perfect it. He's very happy in his marriage. I feel like him and Emily are very, very good. Yeah, there's loyalty there. Okay. Yeah, there's progress in their marriage. Their marriage is fine. Yeah, there's celebration there. But again, like, I wonder if... I want to see between him and Blake. I know I looked at it before, and I got that him and Blake... Like, I got the feeling that Blake was flirty with him, but not necessarily, like, in love with him. But she's so used to thinking in her mind that people fall in love with her naturally, that she thought that he was, like, sort of hitting on her and in love with her. And she kind of was trying to make him fall in love with her by doing all these things. She's like, no, you must love me. I'm the great. I'm a girl's girl. I'm a boy's girl. I'm a this girl. And you'll fall in love with me. So I do think that she did try to do that, but I don't think Justin was interested. He was just really trying to be polite. But let's just quickly look at. Let's look at it again. Like, in retrospect, a little bit more time has passed. How what was what was the relationship between Justin and Blake? Loyalty on the set. I feel like Blake thinks that Justin lied to her And then when Blake saw these like texts coming out, again, I'm going back to the PR firm. The PR firm is the head of the snake on this. I don't know who, if it's Stephanie or Leslie or all of them. I don't know, but like, because it's kind of confusing. But like, I think they're the ones who like showed Blake these things, and Ryan probably put his foot into it. And then she saw these like texts and thought, oh my God, I thought he liked me, and he didn't like me, and he was just acting. And the producers were saying they didn't want me to do this and dress like this, and I thought he really liked me, and he didn't. And so she got this feeling of like being offended, and so that's why she went through with this thing for the New York Times. So hers was just like, I'm gonna put this for New York Times, but Ryan was like, no, we're gonna get this son of a gun, you know, kind of thing. Like, it was crazy. Yeah, but these two together are like, oh, okay. So we're gonna look at the relationship between Justin and Blake during the time of filming. See, I keep getting this Three of Cups with Blake, with Ryan, and now with Justin in it. Whenever I do Blake and Ryan, I'm getting the Three of Cups. Yeah, okay. So it started off great. There were celebrations. They were all happy, go lucky together, and then the drama started. Okay. And then they were looking, like Blake was looking at other kind of prospects of how she could get it. It broke Justin and his heart. And they went into like self-reflective mode, and they started giving into them, and then eventually they said no. Yeah, so that's basically what we know. So let me ask a direct question. Did Blake, three cards. Did Blake fall in love with Justin? Did Blake Lively, Ten of Swords, did Blake Lively fall in love with Justin? Oh. I think that Blake doesn't know what she wants. I think that she's completely insecure. I think she made her see things from a totally different perspective. I think she was going home saying things to Ryan, and Ryan was like, what the hell, who's telling you this? That's why he came to the set, because he was losing control of Blake, because Blake was starting to question him on certain things. And that's when Ryan got involved, because Blake started to come out of her like mind control. She started to snap out of it and be like, oh, well, this guy said this and he's totally pro-woman. And then Ryan was like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? Excuse my language. And like, came onto the set and saw all this happening. And that's what triggered Ryan. Was that it was almost like Blake was starting to see things differently and question Ryan for things that he's done in the past or about her insecurities. That's what triggered Ryan with Justin. Okay, interesting. So I don't know. I don't think she necessarily fell in love. I think she found a different part of herself with Justin that she wasn't expecting, and she didn't know what to do with it. I think she was attracted to him, yes. In love with him, no. But I think this is what she does, right? So, okay. Is Justin in love with Blake? Did he have feelings for Blake? Ooh, absolutely not. I think his wife called it from the beginning. Emily Baldoni called it. She was a bit of a burden on the set, and then she just kind of made everything worse. But he was trying to be professional, polite. But absolutely, he did not have romantic feelings for her. Wasn't even attracted to her. Not even a little bit. Yeah. I think he just kind of felt sorry for her with the way things were with Ryan. Okay, so let's look at what's the outcome going to be. Are they going to settle? I still get 50-50 at the moment because of the egos. Like, people don't want to, but they might get pressure from outside. Like, people, like a Taylor Swift or somebody, to just be like, just shut this shit down. Like, they might get that kind of pressure. But at the moment, Ryan is loving the fight. He is so vindictive that he is loving this actually deep down. Like, not loving it like externally, but internally, if that makes sense. So what's the overall outcome going to be between Blake, Justin? Okay, let's look at Blake and Justin. And then we'll look at the New York Times and Ryan. So Blake and Justin's outcome of the lawsuit. Okay, so it's going to be long. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer. This going to be a lot of things that get said and made up in the internets again, of course. It's going to be a lot of chaos. Yeah, they're going to... I feel like it's probably going to settle. But I feel like even when they settle, there's going to be a civil suit. Okay, let me ask, what's the outcome for Justin versus Blake? Justin is trusting his lawyer. He's doing everything his lawyer says to him, and he's kind of letting it go. He's at peace with whatever may be, but he's letting the universe, the divine universe, the lawyers take control of it. He's kind of going to be okay with whatever happens, and he's looking at different ways of being creative. But legally wise, it's not really showing, because I don't think that we don't know yet if they're going to settle or not. I feel like it's going to be closer to a settlement, but it's going to be longer. It's going to take some time. What is the outcome for Blake versus Justin? Let's see. What's Blake on Blake's side? I think Blake is going to try and find anybody that's going to be on her side, in her corner. She's going to try and find... She is looking at it slightly different, but she's still very immature with it, and she still has really immature people in her life, like, fueling this for her. But again, it's not showing, like, an actual outcome. It's showing, like, them personally, how they're going to come out of it. And I think it's because we don't know yet. I don't think it's completely set in stone whether they're going to go to court or it's going to be settled. I think at the moment, as it currently stands, it looks like it will be settled, but reluctantly and begrudgingly, and further down the line, like later on, not anytime soon. But she's not going to have learned anything from this. Blake is going to go back to... She's going to be a little bit different, a little bit more maybe... I don't want to say the word savvy, because she's not going to be savvy, but she's going to try and be a little bit better in interviews, better with people, but she's still going to put herself out there and make a lot of mistakes, because she's grown up like this. This is what she's grown into. And Justin is kind of like, you know what, like, I'm okay to start something new and to let my lawyer decide what's going to happen, and I'm not going to stress myself about this, and I'm going to focus on things I can control and achieve. Okay, let's look at the lawsuit between... Let's look at the lawsuit between the New York Times and Baldoni. So look at the lawsuit between the New York Times and Baldoni. What's going to happen with New York Times and Baldoni? What's the energy between New York Times and Baldoni? So let's do Baldoni, New York Times, because I want to see it separately. Baldoni, Justin, New York Times. Ooh. Okay. Justin, New York Times. Justin, New York Times. Justin, New York Times. So, Justin's more pissed at New York Times than he is at Blake, to be honest. There's certain things that the New York Times has done, and they're trying to hide it as well. And they've gotten away with things in the past. But actually, they've slipped up this time. They thought that they were going to get away with this from past things that they've done, and the slap laws and the things. But there's something that... there is a delay in Justin's case, but there is also, like with the New York Times, but there is also... It's like dependent on something, like something maybe we not, I don't know if we're going to know about it, but there's something that's still going to come out about the New York Times or from the New York Times, or they're going to settle this behind the scenes with like something like that's not made public. Like there's something like we don't, like, I don't think New York Times has actually told them. Is New York Times going to win? Let's just ask directly. New York Times is not sure. This is a strong case against them. They're not too nervous about it, but it's almost like they're not stressed about it, but they're insecure about it because there's a lot of things that were eyeballed, like people put out there. Is Justin gonna win his case against the New York Times? So yeah, it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no official outcome. Like, I feel like it's not saying yes or no. It's saying like they're both, like, it's saying Justin's gonna have a heartbreak, so he may not win the New York Times one. But I will say that something also happens to New York Times. So that case is like a win-win, lose-lose with the New York Times. I don't know what that means. And there's something we don't know that's going to be happening in the background. So they might say to Justin, we'll give you this, or we'll do this if you just accept that we're going to drop the case, or that we've won the case. So it's like, it might look like New York Times is one, but something happens in the background. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I don't even know if that's possible legally, but yeah, it's weird. But it's so weird that it's not giving official outcomes, because it's like not, it's still dependent on choices and decisions like some of them make. I want to look at, can you tell me about the case Justin and Ryan? Justin and Ryan. Will Justin win the case against Ryan? Ooh, looks like he has a good case against Ryan. Will Ryan win the case against Justin? No. But he's going to delay it. So I think in particular with Ryan's case, it's more favorable towards Justin. But again, I don't know if that's necessarily a settlement or if that's like a win. But Ryan loses in this situation. Yeah, because he's all over the show. Mentally, yeah. Okay. So I hope that helps, guys. I know I still have my list with Johnny Depp that you're asking me for, and there's a few other people I think that I need to go through the list and everything. Thank you so much, guys. You can keep sending me the list, and as soon as I get to them, I will get to them. It just, so happens that I get these delays, and I work my best. I do my best. Okay, so let's just do a quick energy filling of with the shells. Blake Lively. This one just went off camera. Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. This one's also off camera. And this one I know came out earlier. So I'm going to put this here. This one came out. It fell out when I was doing... I wonder if Blake is going to have another baby, get pregnant again. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Is Blake carrying the babies for Ryan and somebody else? Oh, does Blake even know that? Okay, allegedly for entertainment purposes, there's something shady with the kids. There might be another kid coming as well. Somebody might be pregnant. Or get pregnant soon for like... This is also beyond like what we see here. There's such a spiritual war going on. So like the stuff that Ryan and Blake and Hugh Jackman and all those people that they're into is kind of like versus what Justin Baldoni and his wife is into. So it's like a spiritual war more than a physical. Like what we're playing out here is the physical stuff, but there's stuff behind and above that's going on. And generally, the good guys are going to win. So just spiritually, public-wise, what good people see, the good people are going to see the good. The bad people are going to obviously stick with the bad people that are into those things. And hopefully some people who are blinded by certain things, well, their eyes will be opened by this case, and it's opened a lot of other doors for a lot of other things in Hollywood. It's made people second guess things. Woo! I'm getting Sharon Stone. I forgot even to ask with the cards about Sharon Stone. I'm getting Sharon Stone is not a Blake Lively supporter or fan, but she's more angry at Paul Feig. Oh, Anna Kendrick does not like Blake. I think we know that though. Paul Feig is kind of like friendly with everybody but surface level, and he's kind of like Orion. If you know, you know what I'm talking about. With the babies, baby mamas, yeah, okay. A lot of lavender I'm seeing here. If you get me, you get me. I don't want to say too much, but this is what's happening, and it's kind of like opening the eyes to people. Like more and more is gonna come out. Like this is just minute in the scope of what's going to come out about these people and Hollywood, and this is kind of like the start of the downfall of the whole structure. That's intense, but it's going to take a bit more time. But yeah, and there's like something about babies, and I do remember long ago that I said I was going to look at the babies, of why people are having babies and surrogates and like sort of test tubing babies and things. And I remember I said, do you want their reading on the celebrity with their babies? Say babies, 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 and I got a few comments where people were saying babies, babies, babies. Like this is like linked to that somehow. Like in Hollywood, there's so much going on, and it's like they're genetically enhancing their kids. Like wasn't it Hilaria Baldwin and Chrissy Teigen who both were pregnant and then also had a kid by a surrogate? Yeah, they're doing something with the kids in the bloodline. Like if they're a boy, they're changing them to a girl in the womb, and they're taking the best of like this. Oh gosh. Ooh. Okay guys, I'm gonna have to do a whole reading on this. Like a Justin Bieber, they take his seed and let's say mix it with a Kardashian. The child is going to be a special child because of the ritual they did, and because of the genes, and because of the skill that Justin Bieber had. They essentially take his essence. Oh, this is what I'm getting from all of this. Girl. Okay, if you want me to do a reading on all of that, guys, let me know. And as soon as I can, and just if you can pray for my health, because whenever I do these and I post these, I get super, super sick for like a long time. And I'm even still sick at the moment, but I wanted to get this out because I felt like I had to. So if you can help me get that balance in check for myself, because I need help with that, that would be amazing. But yes, and I will put my email up again when I can for personal readings. I know a lot of you have been asking. I will also do open my books again for personal readings when I get a chance. But let's get this. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you can spread kindness to each other. And if you can't, then stay away from each other. And we can have different opinions, guys, but let's do it with love and peace. You know, maybe not love, maybe just peace. We don't have to always agree, right? But let's do it. Let's be nice to each other. It's really important at this time. But I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. Allegedly, entertainment purposes only. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know what else I can read on. Thank you so much, and take care. Bye.